Thanks for clicking on this Inland Sports video. Make sure you give it a like, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the Inland Sports channel if you haven't done so already. We're also on Instagram and Twitter. Find us. It's Inland Sports. But first things first, we're going to lead things off. They're coming off a big win last night against Redlands High School. It is first place Citrus Valley girls soccer and their head coach, Norma Mendez. And Coach, first off, congrats on another great, season so far. I know you guys always have big goals at Citrus Valley, but so far 5-0 in league play, scoring a lot of goals. What has really impressed you about your Blackhawks this season?
No, I think what's this season, what's different from all is I think these girls are more united than ever. And I think that's what it has impressed me the most so far.
Well, Coach, as you pursue this league championship, it's hard not to think about the CIF Southern Section playoffs, at the end of the regular season. Division II last year, you get to the quarterfinals. It was a great run by Citrus Valley, of course. But right now, you guys are in that, Division I, II, rankings right now. When do you guys find out if you'll be 1 or 2 come playoff time?
To be honest, after our last league game, maybe 2 days after that's when our director would let me know, hey, this is where you're at. But it looks and sounds like we will be Division II.
All right, so Coach, last year, going back to last season, you guys get to the quarterfinals. You won the Citrus Belt League Championship. How many players are back from last year's team that maybe are still hungry to push the envelope a little bit more and maybe take that next step in towards making a CIF Southern Section championship game?
We did have, I think we had, I believe 5 seniors graduate last season. So we have practically this, the same team as last year, except for, our star player, Lindsay Chow, that graduated. That's who everyone was afraid of. And I think what they didn't realize that we have a lot of juniors on our team that are, very competitive and very hungry to, keep the winning streak going. So our goal is to win league. We have 5 games left. We're going to take it game by game. But yes, our next goal is to hopefully go further in TIF.
Yeah, Lindsay Chow was a baller. Is she at Boise State? Where did she end up going?
The University of San Francisco.
San Francisco. Close. Boise, San Francisco. Very, very close. Coach, but this year you've got Ava Lopez, and she's another baller. We cover the CBU Lancers pretty hard on this show, and I know she's a CBU commit. What do you think makes Ava such a special player?
Just her competitiveness. She's always, even if it's rock, paper, scissors, boom, competition, she's all in it, and if she loses, she's super upset. It's like, hey, it's, we're just playing rock, paper, scissors, calm down. But that's who she is. And I think that's what the difference.
Coach, you said you had a lot of juniors. Let's do some name dropping. Who are some of those other star players that you've had this season kind of carrying the team so far? So you have
Sasha. You also have Lizzie Northcock. And then you have, the list goes on. You have Vanessa, which is our holding center, attacking center mid. Geez, you put me on the spot. I need to take out my roster.
Well, Coach, we're looking at some highlights of a match against Redlands just last night. You guys won that one by final score of 6-0. And I walked into the stadium, and it was 1-0 in the second half. And I'm like, well, hopefully Citrus Valley is going to get me another goal or 2 for the highlights. And you guys rattled off 5 straight. It was like back to back to back. Do you feel like you have a team that on any given night, someone's going to step up, someone's going to make that goal, someone's going to make that extra pass, someone's going to make that play to carry the team? It doesn't always have to be Lindsay Chow like you had in the past or Ava Lopez. Like, you've got a lot of great players who can step up in that moment.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this team special. Last year we have Lindsay Chow. This year we have Ava Lopez. When Ava just can't get the ball in. We have, Sasha, we have Sabrina, we have players that could get the ball in. We have a little freshman, Caitlin, that is a very dangerous player that, I can just see her in the next couple of years being, a star player in our league.
So, Coach, you guys are, 11-3-1 overall, 5-0 in the Citrus Boat League right now. Do you still feel like, as good as you guys have been, especially in league play, and all the goals that you're scoring, do you feel like this team can still get better? Like, what are some things that you feel like in the last couple league games on the back half of league that you guys can work on so that by the time you hit, the Division II playoffs, you guys feel like you're going to be dialed in and ready to make that push for a championship?
I think really my main thing is, and what we're working on, has been being a little bit more composed in our attacking third. It's just sometimes we get too excited to get that ball in the net. And, all we just need is a little tap and we, blast in and we miss. So it's just one of those where trying to stay a little bit more composed. And yeah, I mean, like you said, yesterday we were winning only by 1, but this is where we really need to just control our emotions, everything, and just be patient because they will come, So that's what we're trying to work on for the this next round, second round in league.
And Coach, finally, beyond league, of course, the CIF playoffs, what did you maybe learn last year in that playoff run to get to the quarterfinals in Division II? What did you maybe learn last year that you can apply this year? Like, okay, you know what? Let's do it a little bit differently this time around. Or maybe something you guys did well and you're like, we got to make sure we do that again. Was there something that you guys learned during that playoff run last year that, you want to make sure happens or doesn't happen this time around?
I think it's just, trusting the process and just believing that everyone in our program could contribute somehow. I know we tend to just, play the starters and, the players that played, more minutes in the season. And sometimes, in playoffs, this is where, maybe our key players don't show up because they're too nervous or, they just can't control their emotions. And this is where, coach, me as a coach, I need to make sure I give, everyone the opportunity to be able to go out and shine. So I think that's something that we're working on and just trying to give everyone on our roster minutes. So when that day comes, everyone's, ready to go.
And Coach, by the looks of it last night, I mean, they're having a great time out there. I mean, it's obviously a lot of fun when you're winning and scoring goals, but it looks like you guys are actually, having fun, enjoying the process.
Yeah, that's the main thing. High school soccer should be fun. Obviously it helps when you're winning, but I think it starts with, having a fun session. Don't get me wrong, our sessions are fun, but when it's time to work, we work. And that's what, I tell the girls, let's just, not forget that when things, go our way, obviously it's fun and we celebrate and all that stuff. But when it comes down to, making sure we defend well, we attack well, we have to all be on board. And I think that's, the fun part of coaching high school soccer, is watching these girls, enjoy themselves and, come up with celebrations that, it's part of the game. So I enjoy it.
Well, Coach, I think you've got another strong squad. Can't wait to see how the rest of the season unfolds for you guys. I really appreciate you jumping on the show tonight. Congrats on that win last night, and best of luck going forward now through league and playoffs.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and thank you for having us.
You got it. As Norma Mendez, the head girls soccer coach at Citrus Valley High School here on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports.